Jewish people, they fasted from sunrise to sunset. Sometimes they would fast from sunset one evening to sunset the next day, but typically they fasted throughout the daylight hours. And if you know anything about the Muslims, when they have Ramadan, that's their month of fasting, they fast sunrise to sunset. And so they do actually 30 days of fasting. And for them, they can't even have water during the day of fast when they have their fast. But so I pray, Father, break my heart for the things that break your heart. That's one of my prayers. When I fast, when my stomach growls, and Bettina and I were talking about this on the way home from district assembly, our stomach growling is our reminder to pray. Lord, break my heart for what breaks your heart. And the other one that I pray is when my stomach growls, I want your righteousness. I want to be like Jesus, and just transform me to be like you, to be more like Jesus. Those are the two prayers that I primarily do. Is it in the Bible? No. It's just what I have felt compelled to do when I pray. When I pray and fast and pray. And God's word, his truth will become more meaningful to you. Here's another one. Fasting can transform your prayer life into a richer and more personal experience. If you've never fasted, guess what? I'm going to challenge you to start doing it. We'll talk a little bit more about how we can fast and how that looks. Let's look at Luke chapter 2, verses 36 through 37. You'll know this. It's often read during the Christmas story when we're coming into Advent. But there was a prophetess. She was named Anna. She was the daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher. She was very old. She had lived a long statement. She never left the temple, but worshiped night and day, fasting and praying. Wow. That's dedication. And I have to tell you, I have a never I'm doing right now. I thought I'd share this with you. I thought of you. So I'm going to let you see. Kids, are you ready? Chloe, this is a never. We went shopping on the way home. A pretty close match, isn't it, Kevin? I didn't know how the match would do because I bought them at the store. My pants were at home. I've never bought nor worn bamboo socks. But these are bamboo socks. How cool is that? Anyone, bamboo socks? I didn't know you could make socks out of bamboo. Okay, that's totally off the sermon, but I thought you'd have fun with that. It's a never experience. But this woman, we read, she never left. That's what it tells us. She was always there fasting and praying, and that was part of her worship experience. We have one more that we're going to share from Dr. Bright, and then we're going to look at some things that can help you out. Fasting can result in a dynamic personal revival in your own life and make you channel of revival to others. When you're fasting, it can do things in you, and God says, oh, you are serious, aren't you? You're willing to deny yourself. You're willing to express and exert some self-control over your appetite of the things you're praying for. It's really easy to pray, isn't it? But to incorporate it with fasting? Hold on here. So there are three types of fasts we want to look at. Do you know what they are? Anyone know them? Short, medium, and long? Well, could, yeah. You're going to get educated as well as challenged today. Here's the first one, an absolute fast. An absolute fast is where you take in nothing, no food, no drink. You have to have drink. Yep. Theoretically, you do. Now, if you read anything on fasting, all the people I encountered, which already knew this, they said, be very, very careful about this. You might want to take some medical consultation before you do an absolute fast. I can tell you, having done an absolute fast, it is a challenge to have nothing, food or drink. It's a challenge, and I can also tell you this, it is humbling. In Exodus 34, chapter 34, verse 28, we read about an absolute fast. Did you know that Moses did 2 absolute fasts? Did you realize that? So the second time he did an absolute fast was after he'd received the 10 Commandments, and he came down, he saw all the people sinning and rebelling, and he threw the tablets down and broke them, and God says, okay, you now need to chisel out another set of tablets, come up and I'll engrave them for you. And we read in Exodus, my tablet was going to sleep by me, so I apologize, I wasn't able to get there. 34:28, as he's coming back down the mountain, look what it says. Moses was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights without eating bread or drinking water. Moses did an absolute fast for 40 days. So I was in the doctor's office in Green Bay, our first pastorate. I don't remember what I was there for, but I do remember the conversation I had with the doctor. It was the Polish lady, Bettina. She was a doctor from Poland. And if you know anything about Poland, the majority of people from Poland are Catholic. And I assume she was a fairly devout Catholic. And for some reason, this came up, this whole idea of Moses having an absolute fast. You know what she said to me? That's impossible. I said, yes, humanly it is impossible. Physiologically it is impossible. But not with God. Moses was there, no food, no drink for 40 days. And God sustained him. You see, here's a memory verse that I've given you, and this one came to my mind, and I wanted to share it with you. You see, with God's power working in us, God can do much, much more than anything we can ask or even imagine. So here's my thought. Can God sustain somebody for a 40-day fast supernaturally with no food or water? Absolutely. Sure he can. Second type of fast is a liquid fast. You have no food, but you take in liquid. And all he took in was water and juices. And it was interesting. He just felt compelled to do it. And he didn't get up every Sunday and say, okay, I'm on day 23, and it's really, he didn't say a thing. You would have never known that he was doing it. He informed us that he was doing it because he wanted to have God speak to him.